Yo, what is good, my people? What is good with you? Ow, King, please. Oh, I'm dead. I was enjoying me some No Guns Live. And I then went into straight up CG world, and I kind of lost a lot of interest, unfortunately. But luckily enough, the show itself has kept me pretty happy as a whole, story-wise, and actually picking up some of the people that I didn't think was going to be very, very important. But now that we can see they have some good, important things they could add to the story, I'm glad it's all going this way because next week's episode will probably be the final episode of season 2. But even if that is the case, I can still see a future for the show because they have still haven't taken down the main um, the main problem, which is people who have created the harmony, people who have given him the actual ability to do what he is capable of doing, are still very, very powerful and have no real other agendas, but watching him and making sure the harmony is something that was worth being created at the time it was. But that's just the thing, is there's so many different ways they can actually specify who is going to do what, or who is going to be stronger than whom. And that's the type of stuff that I actually like to see, um, because with him helping Juzo understand that they're friends, and sure, if he ever needs the extra help to, pull the trigger, he has a hand, like a real friend, to do so. But at the same time, you should be pulling, your own way to do stuff. And the harmony was a way to unlock that for Juzo to be able to pretty much do like how Seven did, right? Seven actually went through a transformation, I feel like, without the contact of his hand. Like he just what? Excuse me. He just wanted to do it, and he was capable of it. So maybe when Seven was made, they had that in mind. As if he had a hand that ever were to fall, they wanted Seven to still be capable of protecting himself as if he had one with him. I'm not entirely sure, but I would love to see more about Seven, seeing how we might not anymore with everything that just popped off. But regardless of that, it's still interesting to know that we may have gotten the best looking version of this show already when it came down to the graphics. Like, feels like they put everything already into a lot of the stuff we've seen, and now because of that, there's not really much to show in this grand scheme of they've already put most of their money into the budget of the fight. And last week's fight was hype, but this week's fight was kind of that showcase to me that there was clearly something else in mind. Probably like they wanted, if they wanted to showcase the same fight that they did when Seven and him were fighting in that factory, they would have to do it on the scale with, after showing multiple upon multiple people like in the town watching them fight, they would have to have shown it uh you know kind of with those townspeople, but then they would have to go back to the high quality stuff back for the guns. So I think they just took the route of, yeah, we've already shown really ugly looking CGI humans, so we might as well just take the plunge and do this rest of this fight in this as well. I say the rest of the fight, but I'm guessing there could be more to it than what I'm seeing, because it also feels like something that Seven's lost like multiple arms, and he's just always grown them back or switched them out with a different type of arm. So losing losing arms as the extendeds isn't actually no losing arms as a gun slave isn't really all that telling that the battle is over or not. The battle seemingly could still go on for quite some time, and that's to say Juzo's only using a half of the power that he's pulled out. We've never seen him have this ginormous arm that he's using right now. So what was stopping him from using two of those arms? And that's probably more or less to coincide with him feeling like he's not an actual weapon, right? He's someone that uses what he uses to protect his friends, to protect himself, and to even protect the town, the people that, you know, discriminate against him. So it's these types of things that you can pretty much already tell Juzo's a way better character already than he was at the beginning. And at the beginning of the show, he was the hero. You know, like he's the guy that you go to hire to hopefully get some stuff done right and taken care of. But yet, he is even a better character now after this situation, I feel like. So how they did that was taking a lot of time between season 1 and season 2 to kind of show Juzo is not in the best state of mind when it came down to still having the war go on and then coming back and still being seen as the one thing he didn't want to be seen as. Now we're in a position where we're going to see how far his relationship with his friends can take him with battling wise. Like, what is he willing or capable of doing while he knows they're in danger, while he knows anybody's in danger. Or for instance, the cop this week was the biggest help dragging our little dragging our little partner around with the harmony. So if it wasn't for him, we would definitely be even in a worse position than Juzo already was. So take that into consideration as well. There's a lot of people that have shown up in this series already and have been like a positive influence on Juzo. So if they can bring more characters in or just continue to make this story really good for the enemies, because we know they have some stuff to say about all this, right? So we're gonna see what they're going to bring slash intervene sooner or later, because I really don't know what they're going to have their end game set up as, besides taking the harmony out of him or vice versa, figuring out a way to control him so they can just have the harmony at its full capacity with this full like person that's actually reached the conclusion that it's ridiculously good. But if not, that's about the only thing I can think of for the evil guys, right? Like get their originating tool back that they want to be able to use at their own free will, and destroy the gun slave units if that is what they actually want. Yeah, they pretty much haven't said much of anything else, because they already have seemingly immortality thanks to the guy who was in the wheelchair and was helping them work. And instead of continuously working for the people, they finally started just working for themselves, hence why he wanted to take them down, knowing that there's just multiple people in there absorbing all this technology and pretty much using it any way, shape, or form they feel like. So it's really interesting to see where they're going to take all this, and I hope you guys are here with me when we find out. Next week's the final week's episode, so let's get ready for some tears or get ready for some teases for another season. So all that being said, take care everybody, and have an awesome day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I'll definitely talk to you in the next one. Alright, peace.